Are those plastic sheds you see on Amazon really worth it? Those are called lifetime sheds, and can you DIY one? Check out this video for tips and tricks on assembling your own Amazon lifetime shed. Good news, delivery is included in the purchase price. Bad news, it weighs 400 pounds. Whether piece by piece or by some other method, the shed needs to get from here to there. The first two things you'll need are a work surface and a trash can. This lifetime shed build starts with the roof trusses. It's this steel channel. All the parts were included in the box. What I did notice, however, is that the part numbers are labeled in the instructions, but not printed on here. So there's a process of elimination you have to go through. Also, try to not be too willy-nilly with the fasteners because for whatever reason, they change throughout this. Not too many times, but it's easy to use a nut or a bolt in the wrong place. Wrong wrench. With no measurement on the drawing and multiple fasteners to choose from, when in doubt, compare to drawing in real time. And the last step, and I'm enjoying using hand tools for this. I could get a cordless, but I think I need it. Last little bit of how-to advice if you're doing a shed build. As you go, mark the pages. And the reason for that, other than a sense of progress, is because sometimes you have to go back and refer to a part number or confirm a measurement, something like that. This way I know what's done and what's left to do. Well, the screwdriver didn't last very long. There's some steel drilling and some self-tapping screws. So I ponied up this little skill installer's tool, I call it. It's an impact driver, but it works gently. It's small and it's perfect for stuff like this. It's light too. The steel hinge posts, that's hammer time. The window opening gets butyl tape. It can be finicky, or if hot enough, liquid, but it does go in. Install the pane with included screws. Note, it is intended to be transparent. One of the films is white. I didn't know that. However, the customer liked it, so we kept it that way. The floor panels look alike. Confirm you've got the right one in the correct position. Oh, that went great. Ha! Nope. My one-liner gonna be, this would be easier with two people. It works, but it'd work better if I had a counterweight. Ah! Got it? Okay, this took more mental gymnastics than I was ready to do to get this oriented. Long story short, this round hole, which you can't see, I'll shoot a B-roll of it, goes in the bottom left. That's for that hinge pole. This panel is identical to this panel, and the hole is drilled only slightly differently. This one's round, this one's shaped like a tadpole. This goes bottom right. Both of these will pick up a hinge post, and I had to just pour through the directions to pick up this nuance. It's there, I got it. Now, we're off to the races. I think. Come on, baby. Get in. Got it. Woo! In there like swimwear. Jargon note. The instructions call the screw locations for the floor assembly, quote, divots. I think what they mean is dimples. This is exactly what I was trying to explain. I slotted in the wall panel, and as I turned on the camera, you can see it's not anchored by much. So, rather than install all the wall panels, I'll install one wall panel, fasten it, and then go to the other wall panel. Fasten the wall panels as you go. A magnetic driver tip, which I didn't have, might be handy here. The corners. The corners have a long leg and a short leg, and it matters which one goes where. There is also a block included to prop up the floor. One of the corners wasn't fitted quite right, and it took me 6 minutes, a hammer, and a smash block to get it, but I got it. Like it grew there. You sometimes need 3 hands to hold the panel, get the screw, and get the driver. Wrong. Right. 59 5/8. $60 1/8. I've tried a few different things, and none of them make the distance between this ear and this ear the same as that. So, as much as it pains me to do it, tab A just didn't line up with slot B on the right gable end. I don't recommend modification as anything other than a last resort, but there was no other way this was going to fit. I know replacement parts are available from Lifetime, but I didn't have the time to await shipping. Wrong, by the way. Right, by the way. I'm finding the secret to success in setting the roof panels is this little alignment nub right here that corresponds to a notch out of each truss up here. Very small detail on the instructions. I couldn't really grasp it and take it all in while also trying to deal with wind and glaring sun while reading the instructions. Good news, I brought in the big guns, Teresa, and she's like, dude, you gotta line this up here to here. Okay, now this is really a 2-person job. Can you finagle the bagel and do it with one? Yeah, and I'm gonna do it. And you might recall, the Gables weren't perfectly machined the first time, and I had to modify those a little bit to make them fit. That's showing up here a little bit. Also, this is all plastic. It's not perfectly square, and using the alignment nubs and the step-by-step in the instructions seems to be squaring everything else up and getting us through this, but it's a little bit of a wrestling match, I won't lie. Last thing, this part here, I don't think this is on the instructions, is a male end, and this groove here is a female end. I just figured that out by trial and error. Once those two line up, everything interlocks, and this looks like it's good to go. We'll see. Somebody give me an alignment nub. Sometimes you need to manipulate the truss and the roof panel. Fasten from the bottom of the roof panel up. Here, I used a clamp as a second set of hands to set the center rafter assembly. Here's a miss on my end, and I think it's common enough that I'll bring it up. There was an existing shed here, and there's an existing slab, and an existing patio. What I didn't notice is that the patio is in the way of the doors operating. So we're gonna take a few blocks out, not even my idea, homeowner, thank you. Maybe dig out a couple inches of dirt, put in some pea gravel, call it a day. So is one of those plastic sheds you see on Amazon really worth it? Minus a few glitches that I was able to solve on site and some interpretation of the instructions, I think with some planning and just a few tools, an Amazon Lifetime shed is a very DIY-able project.